You're gonna send me that clip from earlier, Erin?
Oh, I deleted it.
You fool.
But it was like, dirty computer. Ah! But it wasn't quite as shrill.
Hello, welcome to Way Too Broad, a place for friends to talk about things they're really, really ridiculously excited about. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hello, Hannah, and also to Ben.
Hello, everybody here.
Ben, I just realized earlier when you made fun of me for pushing my glasses up that you can see us and we can't see you, and that's not fair.
You just realized that he can't see it? We can't see him?
I knew we couldn't see him, but I didn't think a lot about how he could still see us.
Did you think that he changed into like a faceless blue blob with a head hovering above the shoulder body?
I just don't think it's fair.
The shoulder body.
I went to this class today, and they said that 60% of communication is nonverbal.
That's right.
And we're not getting any of that from Ben, but he's getting... Somebody in the room was like, I'm really bad at controlling my facial expressions, so I don't think that's fair. And then she was like, I think that everybody should just... I think just to even the score, everybody should have to close their eyes when they're in meetings. What's everybody drinking?
Well, I'll go first because I have a little backstory. So
Okay.
I have, you know how I'm always like trying to eat some dessert when we're sitting down for Way Too Broad, but it's like you can't eat food for a podcast.
Right.
Well, I innovated. I was like, oh, I'm going to make a milkshake. So I made this
Hey.
like really nice milkshake. And then I came into the room and I put all my stuff down and I put my drinks on the ground. Because as stated in previous episodes, I sit on the floor to record this podcast. It's just something about me. So then I went to the bathroom for a little while.
Oh, no.
And Henry, my dog, had helped himself to my milkshake. So
No.
he's going to have diarrhea all night. And then I had to go make myself another milkshake. But I'm still using, like, he couldn't reach the bottom, but it was, like, kind of licked. And I'm still using the same cup. So it's, like, milkshake, but, like, Henry's definitely licked part of it.
Gross.
Luckily, I didn't buy myself... Normally, I'm a chocolate, but I bought myself 2, like, non-chocolate flavors and happened to make a milkshake out of those, so...
Oh.
What is it? What
Huh?
kind of milkshake is it? What kind of milkshake is it?
Well, it's, I really like that Haagen-Dazs flavor that's just, like, vanilla Swiss almond. It's just vanilla ice cream with chocolate-covered almonds. Just don't at me. Just don't at me. And then I happened to be in the mood for butter pecan, so some butter pecan. And I put, like, a scoop of this, like, vegan chocolate ice cream that we had in the fridge, but there's not much of it, so...
Y'all, I just realized we got an email that I never even...
Oh my god, we're doing it at the top?
But what
Yep.
are you guys drinking, though?
Oh, right.
Water.
Mine was long enough for everybody.
No, I need to tell you mine because I'm drinking a gin and tonic, but the gin is very special. It's the one I was talking about last week. It's Glendian.
Glendian.
What's the gin called?
She's checking in with her fact checker.
Glendalough gin. It's a small batch wild foraged gin from Ireland.
Like little hipsters go out into the forest and look for gin, like
No,
little
but-
puddles of gin.
No,
On
it's
gin
like
trees?
it's like mountain plants, mountain botanicals that are handpicked and then like dropped directly into the still. And
Wow,
that's what
not
they
even
make.
rinsed.
I can't
Just
speak for
dirty berries.
With these like grubby hipster hands, just
that.
like
It's dirty
it's like
berry
a leaf.
gin.
There's a leaf floating in your drink. It's a wild foraged juniper.
Dirty berry gin.
It's freaking gin.
Well, that sounds good. Is it real botanical tasting? Botanical.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very like light. which is something I very much like from a gin. I don't need all that like Bombay Sapphire like flies up your nose and stabs the back of your eyes thing.
Yeah, totally with you.
Wow. That was vivid.
Thank you. I'm getting texts, which might be corrections from my husband.
Are you a tonic? Do you have like a tonic preference? Are you?
Hang on, I got to read you some more details from this gin
tonic.
first.
I love gin and tonic.
I don't like tonic water by itself at all, but I like gin and tonic.
You're a freak, Ben.
You're a freak.
2 out of 3 podcasters
Honestly,
agree.
Blame my parents because they always had tonic water. Actually, I guess Hannah had the same parents.
Yeah, fuck you, Ben.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
you're debunked. That was a really good comeback.
Listen. Glendalough Wild Botanical Gin, crafted in small batches, fresh wild mountain flora. And then here's the back. Ian says he also likes tonic water, and Ben's cool.
Yeah, Ian's cool.
Is Ian standing with like his ear pressed
I'm like,
to
I don't
the
even
door?
understand how he gathered that. But
Wait. Oh yeah, I forgot he like can't hear me and Erin.
he can only hear me.
What
It's
is going
fine.
on? Is he hacked into your computer?
No,
Is that
he's
why my
just-
computer suddenly mysteriously needed to restart because he's like somehow hacked into it?
No, he's just very smart. Okay, handcrafted using botanicals sustainably foraged from what grows wild in the mountains around our distillery. What we pick goes straight into the still fresh,
Just
non-chill
whatever
filtered.
happens to be there. They didn't like pick the location to have good ingredients for gin. It's just
Poisonous mushrooms.
Like,
What
yeah.
grows wild in the mountains. Yep. It's the spirit of Ireland, and you guys are being disrespectful.
I don't think gin is the spirit of Ireland. No offense.
Listen,
I think like whiskey is the spirit of Ireland.
we got an email. It's from,
Changing the subject. I see what's happening.
it's from shout-outs to Rachel.
Oh, let's read it.
Yeah, well, it's very... So I think we talked about, like, YouTube channels we watch for stress relief. Mm-hmm. So she sent us hers, and the subject line is primitive technology, and I'm going to forward you guys this email so we can all click the link together.
Oh, okay.
Forward.
Oh boy, I'm not logged into my email right now.
Okay,
man.
never
This
mind.
is
I'll
a
just
lot
tell you.
of things to be doing,
Okay,
Hannah.
it's fine. I'll just tell you what it is.
Can't just spring that on us.
It's called primitive technology.
I just can't check my email whenever I please. Just willy-nilly
Sorry
checking my
that
email.
I thought that you lived in the 21st century all the time.
What? And you assumed I had an email.
Yeah, wow.
At least your mother doesn't assume such things.
It's true. When you assume that someone has an email, you make an ass out of you and me mail. Wow, this is really interesting. Okay, so the YouTube channel is just somebody like building primitive technology. It's like a guy in like shorts and nothing else building like lean-tos and stuff.
Look,
Lean-tos are primitive technology?
Like,
like to-
a
I would
round
like-
hut. I'm sorry, I should read what they are. Like a round hut and
is
like
it a cob house?
an A-frame hut. Huh?
Did you send me that email?
No, I didn't. Because you both fucking freaked out.
Could you send me that email?
Okay. All right. There you go. God.
We just didn't appreciate you just like all of a sudden expecting us to like be on our email like right that very second.
Well, that's really cool. Thank you, Rachel. I watched this show on a plane once called maybe
Snakes
Naked
on a
and
Plane?
Afraid. It was like a man and a woman who neither of them got any clothes. They weren't allowed to have clothes. They just had
Didn't got any clothes.
it was part of the premise of the show. They didn't get to have clothes, and they had they just got to have one little pouch.
Yeah, I
And,
remember that.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is cool.
well, it reminds me of that. but he's not naked.
What was that show called?
You sound sad.
Like Naked and...
Afraid, I think.
Is that it? Naked and Afraid?
Let
Weird
me
title.
see. I don't know. The one I watched had this lady on it, and she was so annoying. Yeah, it's called
you want to
Naked and
hear
Afraid.
a fun piece of trivia about me?
Sure.
When
Are
I
you
was
naked
in-
right now?
Yep, that's it. No, when I was in Ecuador, we went whitewater rafting on a river that feeds into the Amazon River, and the people we were rafting with told us that, and I believe them. That sounds like I thought they were lying. That was the same like stretch of river where one of those Survivor shows filmed their like Amazon jungle episode.
Oh, dang.
I think it was either Bear Grylls or the guy from Survivor Man. I don't remember which one. I think it was Bear Grylls because they talked about how he was like a big phony and like went to a hotel every night and then like came back to the jungle.
Really?
Yeah, I mean we already knew that, didn't we? He got
we
like
know
in
that?
trouble for it, kind of.
Did we know that? That
That
sucks.
bummed me out when I learned about that.
Is that
Because I watched
me?
that show. I thought he was cool / hot.
Okay, I think I
When
disconnected.
he was drinking his own pee. Then.
When he was jumping in the ice naked. I've been talking a lot about nudity this episode.
We know what you're into. You're into that wilderness nudity. We have your number.
I got logged out of my account
Oh.
for no reason.
Something about that email.
We
probably.
didn't realize it. Sorry. We just carried right on. You missed a lot of Hannah talking about how she likes that naked wilderness man.
I didn't say any of that. I've been like, I also haven't, Ben and I haven't eaten dinner yet. And,
Oh.
and so all I've got in my belly right now is
Jim.
gin, freaking gin. So this should
Jim.
be...
It's called Jim when it's
called-
made by mountain vegans.
But it's with a Y.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim with
Right.
a Y.
So that it's less patriarchal.
Offensive.
I thanks for sending us your stress relief YouTube channel. Shout outs to Rachel. I would love to just compile these and see. It's like such an interesting study on people. Like my stress relief YouTube channels are like don't have any reflection whatsoever on my real life interests.
Yeah. Right. Like my paint mixing things I talked about, I don't do anything like that in my daily life at all.
Right. I totally followed that Instagram account and I love it.
It's great.
It's so
fun.
good. She has like the littlest little paint little spatula and she just like tenderly just takes her little time, you know,
takes her
so you get
time.
to enjoy every moment.
I love it when she freezes a paint mold into, in like a weird shape, like a tire or something, or an Oreo, and then she like chops it up into little pieces, hard, and then she like leaves it to melt, and then she mixes up the paint into a different color. And I love trying to predict what the color's going to be at the end.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it's great because you'll be scrolling through your Instagram feed like, and then you'll be like, that's a weird color, Oreo. And then you're like, oh shit, that's not an Oreo. Get ready.
It's a next time. Then you're like, let me see what else she did today. And she's done like 15 videos since you looked yesterday.
It's really nice. You're just,
Prolific.
at work, on the toilet, and you're just watching a nice little paint video. It's great.
Yeah, it's so nice. Yeah, well, that's a good idea, actually, Erin. If you guys are listening to this and you have like a thing that you like to scroll through or watch a video, like a channel, while you're when
When
you're
scroll
stressed
through
out.
or watch video,
then send it to us.
just send
And-
it along to us.
Yeah, and we'll look at it, and we'll probably like it too.
I have another upfront thing.
Okay.
Did you guys fucking see Lena Waithe's fucking outfit
Yes.
for the Met Gala.
No.
Yes.
Oh my god,
It's
look
so
at this,
good.
Hannah.
Oh,
It is-
dang!
She is wearing, Lena Waithe is wearing this cape that is a huge rainbow flag. But it's like not only just like this big colorful rainbow flag, but it is classy AF.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look it up. The details on it are gorgeous. Absolutely stunning, because I think the theme for the Met Gala was heavenly bodies, so it was kind of like a Catholic-y theme.
It was sponsored by the Vatican.
Oh my god. What a statement.
Bam.
Yeah. I feel bad. Like she outdressed Janelle Monáe, who looked amazing.
Yeah.
Stunning. Okay, I didn't see her either. Hang on. Because I don't know what a Met Gala is.
Yeah, this was my first... I don't really know. I just,
either.
like, saw her outfit, and I was like,
Wow.
I feel like this is the first time I've heard a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you guys... Okay, I have an upfront thing or a possibly thing
Is
that...
it Star Wars? I think it's time. Talk about Star Wars.
No, but it's...
I'm going to say that every week now.
Yeah, do it.
It's part of your
It's
sign-off.
something that could be a full-on obsession, so just stop me, I guess. But is anybody doing This Is America?
This is America. No, but it's
No, I'm
amazing.
Amazing. Upsetting, amazing. Like, definitely worth watching several times, that
Yep.
video.
Yeah, transfixing.
Yes, absolutely. Ben, you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Childish Gambino, This Is America. Look it up if you haven't seen it. Yeah,
What a
it really...
talented fucking person.
Yeah, really, really, really.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable.
Should we... I would love to watch it and, like, read all the articles on it. I've watched it, but I'd love to, like, read all the articles on it. Maybe we can do, like, a deep dive on it next week.
Yeah, that
That'd
sounds
be
good.
cool.
I watched a few videos with like breakdowns, but I'd like to kind of allow the sort of like the world to digest it a little more, so that I can make use of that and not have to think about it myself. Kind of like what I'm doing with the Golden State Killer. On the timeline.
Did anyone make you that timeline?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Because I haven't looked lately.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lena Waithe, Banff,
Yep.
Janelle Monáe also looked great.
She looked great. But I'm sorry, Lena Waithe outdressed absolutely everybody.
Yes.
So, Sarah Paulson looked amazing. Paulson?
How should I like amazing?
Amazing. Do you guys follow her and Holland Taylor on Twitter?
No, I don't know who she is.
I don't know who either of those people
Oh
are.
my god. Okay, I'll send there. So Sarah Paulson is an actress. Holland Taylor is an actress. You would absolutely recognize both of them, and they are dating each other, and they're the cutest couple. Like, Holland Taylor is many, many, many years older than Sarah Paulson, and is just like, you absolutely know who she is. Like, you're like, oh, Holland Taylor, yes, of course. And they follow each other, and they obviously follow each other on Twitter, but they tweet at each other all the time, and it's just really, really cute. It's just adorable. Anyway.
Oh, she does look familiar.
Oh.
Yeah, she's been in a ton of stuff.
They're dating?
They dating.
She's in American Horror Story.
Sarah Paulson?
Sarah Paulson? Okay.
Yeah, that's Sarah Paulson.
Wow, what an interesting couple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're really sweet to each other on Twitter. It's just adorable.
Oh my goodness. I had no idea.
I'm doing a test. Cut this out. Okay, good.
You sound normal to me.
Cool. I was just touching my desk.
Oh my god, they're so freaking cute.
Don't cut that beautiful scale of Ben's out. Aren't they cute? On Twitter, it's so sweet. One of them will tweet something, and the other one person will be like, "I love you so much," or like they just like are so sweet to each
Oh
other.
my god, I want to know how they met and everything.
Yeah, I want to know everything.
I feel like every famous person knows all the other ones.
Yeah, I feel like that's true. But I mentioned it because Sarah Paulson had this beautiful dress on, and I don't know why, but Holland Taylor didn't go to the Met Gala, but she tweeted a picture of like Sarah Paulson's dress on the bed after the Met Gala, and it was like, okay, okay, you two.
You two kids.
Yeah. Get a room. Oh my god.
Wow. My goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness, am I right?
I've been watching a bunch of stuff with like old-timey royalty in it, and I'm like digging on their dresses like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I just found the article
like
I
period,
wanted.
like what is that word? Like costume dramas, you mean?
Yeah.
Or like actual footage of royalty?
No, costume dramas. Extremely tragic costume dramas. Like with like I was told Rachel about this too, but like sequins on dresses like that, like very not historically accurate. Like of course
yes.
every royal is so beautiful. That's not real life at all. But anyway,
Right.
should we get
Because
into
they're all
it?
inbred.
Right, they're all inside of bread.
Yes.
Very fitting with our theme of way too bread.
Right.
Yeah,
Ben.
let's get on with it. Is
I'm
Ben
first.
Yeah, he is.
Baby's
I don't believe
first.
it.
Oh, Ben! Are you
Yeah.
done with college?
Yeah.
For now?
I have one more thing
Oh.
to turn in on Friday, but that's it.
Congratulations,
done.
baby Ben.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
When do you get to do FUBAR?
What's that?
Fucked up beyond all recognition.
Well, I knew that, but
It's like the time between when you finish school and when you leave campus.
oh, next week.
Oh, cool.
Wait, does that mean you just drink a lot?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It starts with going to Six Flags on Saturday.
Oh, man, so
Wow.
fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's
Is that
great.
your obsession? Six Flags
Nope,
on Saturday?
Is it 5 flags? 4 flags?
it's one flag.
Oh, man. That was my guess in the 3 guesses.
The American flag.
Sorry, I should have let you get there. My obsession is something I talked about a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
Whoa.
Sorry? You sound upset.
I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's very good rules.
It's very good rules. I thought the only rule was that we talk about something that makes, what is it?
That we're really, really ridiculously
Just
excited about.
I feel like you said the other thing today, didn't you?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm really excited about it, so I'm going to talk about it.
I have a question, though. Did
Yeah.
you change the intro because it's insensitive to say crazy?
Only kind of. I got very tired of saying it. Just the old intro. It like stopped being fun for me. But
It
then
also doesn't really it doesn't depict what we do as well as
Right.
talk about things we're really, really
We don't-
excited
right.
about.
We don't sound crazy. We sound perfectly sane and
right,
rational.
and I am trying to get better about not using crazy in that way.
I know. I'm really bad at it.
Yeah, it's a sticky one because it feels very innocuous.
Okay, Ben, what's your flag about?
Baseball.
Baseball!
Baseball. It's a baseball flag.
The well-known baseball flags.
Yeah, I just have been watching a lot of baseball lately, which I haven't done in pretty much since I started college and a little before that. I used to, so when we moved up to Massachusetts in the summer of 2003, and so then the first like full baseball season that we ever watched while living in Massachusetts was the 2004 Red Sox, which was like this historic season where they won the World Series the first time in 86 years.
Wow.
And it was like obviously super exciting. And so I kind of have been into baseball ever since then and started playing like that year
Oh, cool.
and played all the way through high school.
Wow.
I didn't play in college because I'm not that good and BU doesn't even have a team anyway.
Well, Ben, do you know what
yeah.
else? Just speaking on your history with baseball, there's a really prestigious kind of college summer league on Cape Cod.
Oh yeah.
Is it called the Cape League? What's it called?
Yeah. Yep. The Cape
And
League.
and the Bourne team, which is where we moved to when we moved up here in 2003, they used to play like right down the street from us.
Yeah,
like,
we used to walk to
extremely
games
walking
all
distance.
the time.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
so we would just like have a copy of their schedule, and any day that we had free time in the summer, we would just traipse on down there and watch these really talented college baseball players play.
That many of them went on to play in the majors.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's awesome.
Like, and a lot of like there were several Red Sox players who were like on the, like Terry Francona, who was the manager for the 2004 Red Sox, his son was on the Bourne team,
I didn't know that.
so we like got to watch him play. Yeah, and I even like I also my like summer coaches for in like it was called like All Star, the like summer league in baseball, would house Bourne Braves players, so they like knew a lot of them personally. It was just a lot of baseball around me growing up.
That's awesome.
And then I haven't really watched. So the Red Sox won the World Series again in 2007, and then again in 2013. And then I started college in 2014, and my dorm was literally like a block from Fenway Park. Like BU was right next to Fenway Park. But I never really went to any games because it's expensive. There's like cheap standing room tickets, but then it's standing room.
We went
And
to
also
one.
the Red Sox haven't been. They're never really bad, but they haven't been like really good since 2013. And so basically, like the 4 years I've been in school, they haven't been that good. I mean, they got to the postseason last year, but they didn't make it past the divisional series. And then I think the year before that, I don't think they got to the postseason. But this year, they started out as the best team in baseball and still have the best record in baseball and are just like the most entertaining team to watch, I think, since like the 2004 Red Sox.
Wow.
Because like it's just every player is so good, and like a lot of teams sometimes you'll like they'll have years where like their pitching is really good, but their hitters all suck that year, so it's like not as fun to watch because like they just get out, and like even if the pitcher's pitching well, they don't get any run support from their offense. Or sometimes it's the other way around, like the hitters are all doing great, but then the pitching sucks. This year they've just been so balanced. They're like they have like 5 hitters who are in like the top 20 for batting average in the major leagues right now.
Dang.
And they have like there's this player named Mookie Betts who is I think by the numbers, and I think just by watching him, like the best player in baseball right now. And he's like this tiny guy. He's not tiny. He's like 5'10", but he's tiny for like a professional athlete. And he has the most home runs in the majors right now, despite that.
Dang.
And he's like fast too. He's just like super entertaining to watch. Just like an amazing baseball player. They're playing the Yankees right now also, which is always entertaining because they're actually exactly tied for first place in our division.
They're playing right now?
Yeah, they're playing right now.
Awesome.
And because the Yankees won last night, so they're tied for first place, and like both teams are doing, so they're tied for having the best record in the major leagues right now.
Wow.
And so like, as much as I want the Red Sox to always win, obviously, like it's always entertaining when the Red Sox and the Yankees are doing well, because like that's just a long storied rivalry, and they always have like really entertaining close games. Like it's 4-3 right now, and it's been like a crazy. It's just I love baseball. I love a lot of things. A lot of people find it boring, but I think just from having played it for so long, and like, I don't know, like every at bat is kind of like a mini little chess game between the hitter and the pitcher, and like when you learn about like the amount of information that goes into all of these games, like. They have scouting reports on every team has scouting reports like every single player.
Dang.
And so like the catchers and the pitchers have to know like for each hitter where like their weak spots are in the strike zone, like what pitches they tend to swing on, and like this count or this count, and remember all of that and call the pitches accordingly. And then on top of just that's all mental up to there, they have to then execute. The pitcher has to execute those pitches perfectly to actually like make the plan work based on the scouting reports. And so it's like so much goes into like every single pitch. I feel like when you appreciate that a little more, at least for me, it makes it not boring at all. It makes it entertaining to think about, because it's like you kind of you try to like figure out why they threw this then, and like
Yeah.
what mistake happened that allowed that hit to happen. And I don't know. It's just it's America's pastime.
It's America's
It is.
pastime.
Can't deny it.
So I got into baseball around the same time you did, Ben, and I've also fallen out of it. And I'm actually really, you've actually inspired me. I think I'm going to start trying to watch more games this season. But I'm definitely a Red Sox fan, and I, as someone who has a terrible time trying to follow the action in any sport, whether I'm playing it or watching it, I really, really appreciate the fact that baseball moves slower than the average sport, because that summer that we first moved to Massachusetts, and Dad just had the games on all the time, and we would just like be watching them passively at all times. If I was looking at the game and I didn't understand what was happening, I had time to ask, and I had time to be answered, and I had time to absorb that, and like and then like the next time it made it that much more enjoyable. And now I feel like I understand more about baseball than any other sport.
Well, that's been really fun too, because Kylie likes baseball, but doesn't know that much about it. So like while like I have the game on, she'll like ask me about things, and it's like fun to kind of like explain the little intricacies of like why they made these choices.
Mm-hmm. Right, and it's probably more fun for the person who's explaining it too than trying to explain like hockey or football while you're also trying to follow the game.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And you blink and you miss something.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, Ben, I love baseball too. We have our local like AAA team, the Durham Bulls.
For what organization?
I think they feed into. Oh, I'd have to look that up.
I'm on it. Keep talking.
Okay, yeah, you look it up. You you and our listeners might know the Durham Bulls from the movie Bull Durham, which is filmed and takes place in Durham. And follows the Durham Bulls. But the stadium is right next to where I work. Like, I can, like,
cool.
walk out of work and, like, in 20 paces, I can be at the Bulls Stadium. Nice. And so we tend to go to, like, several games a year. My company does, like, 2 games a year there. And it's just, like, what a great and relaxing sport, and what a lovely way to spend an evening is outside watching the ball game.
You're right, and it's also really, really fun to go to baseball games.
It's so fun to go to baseball games.
I love Fenway Park.
Yeah,
so much. It's like one of my favorite places.
Ben, do you remember we went to Red Sox game together?
I do.
I think Mookie Betts was already on the team when we went.
Oh.
I think you're right.
Because I remember his sweet face.
He's got a real nice face.
Mm-hmm.
Something I love about the AAA team is that they're really, really, really good players, but tickets are like $8.
Oh yeah,
I mean you can get more expensive tickets, but like you can if you sneak your own beer in, you can have a nice evening for like $10.
Oh, they're affiliated with the Tampa Bay Rays.
That's right.
Oh, that was the other nice thing about Cape Cod League. It was free, I believe.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah,
always free.
Always.
I have a patented method of how I sneak my beers in to the Bulls games.
How do you do it?
So what I do is they check your bags, right?
Uh-huh.
Sorry, Henry is just really participating in this episode. Milkshake breath over here. They check your bags when you come in, so I usually have a backpack on me, and so what I'll do is I'll get a box of menstrual pads, and I'll mostly empty it, and then I'll stick a few beers in it.
That's awesome.
And put pads on top of it, and find a man to go through my bag, because a woman would be like,
"This is really heavy.
Why do you need? You don't
need a box of menstrual pads.
You need a box of menstrual pads." But a man is probably gonna be like, "I'm not gonna ask. Should you be at home? Like, I don't know."
That's
Bada
really
bing.
good.
You're in.
That's really good.
That's awesome.
Then would you know that it was weird if you saw a box of pads in someone's backpack?
Yeah, I think so.
But you're not gonna say anything. You don't know.
Yeah,
what's
I feel
up.
like I also wouldn't want to be like presumptuous about that. Like, I don't
What's
know,
in your
maybe-
box?
Maybe
Do you
you're
need
bringing
all
some
these
for a
menstrual
friend, too.
pads?
That's very.
Ma'am, are you going to use all these menstrual pads tonight? Yeah, I am.
Do they really check that hard though? I feel like you
No.
could get away with that with anybody, probably.
I know.
But still very good.
Tried and true, though.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that is.
You can get those tall boys in there, too.
You can see a lot of like major league players at AAA games. Often, like when they're on the disabled list, they usually play like a few minor league games before they come back.
Oh
Totally.
yeah, there's one in, around Pawtucket too, right?
Yeah, in Pawtucket. That's the Red Sox AAA team, the Paw Sox.
Around it. Okay.
Right around inside of it.
Around it.
They actually have the record for the longest baseball game in history.
Wow. The
I think
Pawtucket?
it was like
The Paw
the
Sox.
Pawtucket Red Sox.
The Paw Sox.
I think it was like 32 innings.
Wow.
They had to no, it was 33 innings. But after the 32nd, it was so late that they postponed it till another, like a later date. And then it lasted like not even a full inning because the Paw Sox had like a walk-off single or something. So they played like a 1-inning baseball game.
That's funny.
That's amazing.
I have to say, though, I did grow up a Yankees fan because my dad. I used to watch baseball with my dad, and it's a Yankees
He's a
fan.
Yankees fan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No wonder you've been
Why?
redirecting this conversation to the Durham Bulls this whole time.
Didn't he grow up in like Virginia?
I mean, he grew up in Troy and then moved to Virginia when he was in high school.
But our parents were never. Our parents were Mets fans.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Well, my dad was a Yankees fan, so just for your record.
All right.
We also used to play a baseball video game together, and we were always the Yankees. I have a lot of fun memories of that.
I used to play
Sounds terrible.
a GameCube baseball game. I think it was like MLB 2005 or something. And I got that one because it had the 2004 Red Sox after they won the World Series on it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The one we played, you could create your own characters, and if the name was like in their database where they could announce it, they would. And
Oh, that's awesome.
I would try to pick names that sounded really funny, and my favorite one was I made one called McCracken Chili. And they would announce it like, McCracken Chili?
That sounds right up your alley.
Yeah, mm-hmm. What a great sport.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna watch more Red Sox games this year.
They're playing the Yankees tomorrow, too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go Yankees. I mean,
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
Get off of this podcast. You're outnumbered.
2 out of 3. You're debunked.
Well, I'm next.
Good obsession, Ben.
Thanks.
Great job, Ben. You guys,
What's up?
I'd like to continue our summer theme. My obsession this week is my own backyard.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So I'm gonna I don't want to overwhelm you guys or anything, but are either of you logged into Instagram or Facebook right now?
God. Oh my god. Yeah, what's up? I can look at something.
Okay, if you go to my Instagram or my Facebook feed, the most recent.
You know what I did there is I went and I clicked Facebook and didn't do it in a new tab, so I left the call again and just went to Facebook.
Look, Hannah, if you want us to be like logging into email, logging into this and that and whatever all around, you need to like give us at least like 30 days notice.
Oh shit, that's a lot.
I love this before picture.
Wow!
Yeah,
Is that table from our parents' house?
probably. So yes, the before picture also. So anybody who is friends with me on Facebook or my Instagram is Anthropology, same as my Twitter. That they can find this. I did a before and after of my backyard right now. So what had happened was that Ian and I got a tax refund this year.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. And we were like, what should we do with our tax refund? And we were like, pay off credit cards? Nah, let's get our yard fucking cleared out. So we've been at our house for about 3 years. And as you might be able to tell from the before picture on the top, we tried to clear out the backyard at one point. Actually, Ben, you were there. You helped us start doing it.
Yes.
And then we made a pile of some of the vines that were overtaking the back half of our backyard. And then we never did anything with them for 2 or 3 years. So it just sat there and made the grass all die. And
sounds like they did something.
They did make the grass die. And meanwhile, everything grew back. So it basically was for nothing. So we found this guy who brought in another dude with him, and he was extremely inexpensive. And they just went in with like chainsaws and just ripped out like 3 or 4 truckloads worth of just like brush and dead trees and all this stuff.
Wow.
And it was absolutely time because we had these vines. I think it was mostly bittersweet, Ben. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had these bittersweet vines, which are like invasive.
Bane of my fucking existence.
Yeah, they're an invasive species in this part of the country, or maybe this whole country.
Probably. They can grow anywhere.
Yeah, and and they'll just like, wrap all around your trees and just absolutely kill them. And
they'll like literally, if you pull one off that's grown for a while, you can see it's almost like literally strangled the tree branches.
What's it called again?
Bittersweet vine.
Mm-hmm.
Bittersweet.
And so that had overtaken our yard completely, and it had killed several trees. And in the storms that had happened this past winter, it knocked down a bunch of the trees. Not the vine itself, the storm, but the but the trees fell down because they were dead. So we had all these dead trees.
It gets stronger in a storm.
Right.
That's where it gets its power.
Right. So we had a bunch of dead trees, and we had a ton of these vines, and we had all these like just everything. So we so they just came in and like got rid of it. And you can see, so the table in the top picture is the same table that's at the back of the yard in the second picture, and it's like it's so far away. It's unbelievable.
That's awesome.
You have such a big yard.
I have such a big yard now. It's like 2 or 3 times bigger.
Great.
We've got these grand plans. So I've been obsessing over it because we've been visiting various like gardening stores and looking at like different types of like fences and hedges that we can do and all this stuff, and trying to decide what we want to do with all this new yard that we have. And we're thinking about like trying to make it into like a slightly separated garden, like a secret garden kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah, because we have also right now in front of our house we have an arbor, a handmade like arbor that is from our wedding that Ian and his dad made, and it's right now on the front of our porch, but it could be the entrance to our garden eventually.
The secret garden?
To our secret garden. Yeah.
Why are you talking about it so much on this if you want it to be a secret?
She's gonna edit it out.
Yes.
What you gonna do with all that yard inside your fence? I'm gonna make you a garden. Make you a garden inside your fence.
Yeah, so we've got lots of work to do on it, but I'm really, really excited for it, and I'm really excited that we've made this. It's funny because like I have this massive sense of accomplishment, and all that I actually did was like shell out a few $100 to have someone else deal with our issue. But I'm just very excited. And then also kind of going with like the spring cleaning theme, this past weekend Ian and I were at our parents' house. Ben and me, our parents.
Yeah, that was worded weirdly.
And we helped them clear out the like kind of work. They have a 2-bay garage, and one side of it the previous owners had made into like a workshop-y area. It's got like 3 different workbenches in it and a bunch of pegboard on the walls and stuff, but it had all just become full of junk, as garages do. But we helped our parents kind of like clear out and consolidate things from that bay, and so now that area is all clear and there's like additional storage space, and Ian is going to start renting it as a workshop area.
Oh, cool.
So very exciting. He's going to be able to actually like start making things without feeling like or being a nuisance to us trying to live in our tiny house. So.
Awesome. That's really great.
And
Yeah, I feel like having a commute always helps you like be productive.
yeah, and it's a very manageable commute, and it's an extremely manageable rent, obviously. Actually, we haven't even figured out what the rent is, but it's going to be manageable. And
Or we're walking.
it better be manageable.
If you're listening.
And you are. And and then so like, and then he's going to be able to, we together are going to like kind of try to parlay that into like a slight bit of second income, which is going to be fun and exciting to like try to build a little small business together. Like, I'm very excited for that. Like, it just feels like I'm in this time of like, they're not big changes, but they're like quality of life changes that are like really exciting for me and for us. Also, my car is paid off. I got my title to my car in the mail the other day, and that's pretty exciting too.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're adulting pretty hard.
I don't want to jinx anything by being like, oh, the house is finally coming together. Maybe it won't be horribly cluttered in a few months, because like as soon as I say that, it will then get like relapse. We'll have a house relapse.
There's something to the spring cleaning, because like this past weekend I was just filled with energy and inspiration to just do a ton of like house projects and like clean and organize and like there's something about the warm weather. It's like there's something to it. It's just it's a thing. It's a thing in our brains, I think.
I think it must be. I wonder what benefit that gave our ancestors. I can't think what.
I mean, it gives us like quality of life improvement for sure to have your shit organized and cleared out, and
that's true.
It's like a major productivity boost, I feel.
You're right.
You're right.
Yeah, I know. I know all about evolution and stuff like that.
Ben, did we just say you right in unison?
Damn right we did.
You right. You right. No, you right. No, you right.
Very good. Very good. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I did take some pictures of the plants we're probably going to do. We're going to do probably try to do like Spanish moss or something instead of doing lawn back there.
Cool.
Which I think will look really cool. But yeah, we're not quite, it's going to be a couple more weeks because, it's Mother's Day this weekend. So, it's Mother's
Happy
Day.
Mother's
as this comes
Day.
out. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
But the week after that, we're going to make some serious planting decisions.
There's this really beautiful, just to throw an option out for you.
Uh-huh.
There's this really, really beautiful plant that you can get. I think they sell it, and it's got like these beautiful like red and yellow berries, and it's called a celestris. Oh wait, that's the bittersweet vine.
Hold on, I said Spanish
I'm sorry.
moss. I said Spanish moss. Spanish moss is the thing that hangs from the trees in
Charleston.
in Savannah. In Charleston.
In Savannah. Yeah, I don't think it'll grow where you are.
Irish moss is what I was talking about.
Is that like Irish gin?
Yeah, it's the spirit of Ireland.
You mean whiskey?
Gin.
Whatever.
Oh, that's pretty.
Okay, what are you talking about,
That
Erin?
grows on the ground, Hannah.
What's the plant you were talking about?
Bittersweet vine.
No.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, fuck that shit.
I get it. Okay.
They do sell it though, which is funny.
That is funny. That's bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Who sells
Yeah.
it?
Surprising.
Yeah.
We should
Walmart?
shoot them.
Direct gardening.
What?
Nature
Hannah, you
Hill.
have some pull with Walmart, right? Can you? Talk to him about not selling that.
Yeah. Call China and tell them to stop.
It's not nice. It's not a nice plant. I have to say one other part of maybe why we finally got motivated to do this is that
Motivated. Because they mowed.
Is that
Very
I was
nice.
Maybe like a little bit stunned by how different, how polluted China was, and it maybe made me appreciate my surroundings a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, congrats. It's great to have your backyard space correct.
It's great to come correct
Yeah.
with regards to your backyard.
Agreed. I like that.
Come to your backyard correct. I guess that's better.
It's great to come correct with regards to your backyard. That's good.
Sending you a link to what Bittersweet can do.
Oh my god, when are we supposed to open this? Oh my god.
It's on Slack.
Where are you sending
You guys
it?
are so lazy.
I don't have Slack open on my computer.
Look, Hannah,
You should
what
have
do you
told
think
me if
this
you wanted it
is?
open.
Yes, you should have submitted a request ahead of time. What do you think this is?
Oh, that is a good picture. That's like a really big Bittersweet.
Well,
that
let
thing's
me-
been left for a while.
Yeah,
me
but
go
we had
look
ones
at
like
it.
that. We had ones like 3 times
Holy
that size in our backyard.
Fuck! It's
Way
like
in the
eating into the tree.
Yeah, that's what it does.
Well, I think the tree probably just grows around it.
Yeah, probably. Ben, did you hear me? We had one that was like 3 times that size in our backyard, way in the back.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like hanging down from a tree. It's crazy.
That's
It goes so
insane.
fast too.
Oh, Como. Oh boy.
Ben just disconnected.
Oh, jeez.
Right, I think Coma killed him.
Are you okay?
Ben, what happened?
Como just came out of nowhere, jumped on the computer.
Are you
He
still recording?
Yes, he didn't stop the recording.
Okay,
That is
good.
the good news.
All right. Well,
We
I'm
thought
done.
he killed you.
No.
Let's get through Erin before Como sabotages all of this.
Great obsession, Hannah. Congrats.
Thank you.
On coming
Great yard.
correct with regards to your backyard.
Thank you.
Is that a title? I think that's a title.
It's on the list.
I am inspired by all of y'all's non-book, movie, music obsession. I don't have one of those. I will say this weekend I did fix my lawnmower, which was not starting, and made it start, and I was really pleased with that.
That's great.
But anyway, that has nothing to do with anything except I also came correct with regards to my backyard this weekend. Well, my obsession kind of is an author. It's not like a this week obsession. It's more like I've just recently read 2 of her books, and they were both pretty good. I know I'm not like really, really excited about it, but I was. There was a time when I felt that way.
Okay.
So the author is Naomi Alderman, and the
Sounds
2
familiar.
books that I just read by her are Disobedience and The Power.
Okay. Ooh,
The
cool.
Power
Ooh.
is
I
one of
remember Sarah talking about this book.
The Power is one of President Obama's favorite reads of 2017, and also one of Sarah's favorite reads of 2018, I guess. It was one of the 10 best books in the New York Times book review, and it's the most fucked up book I've ever read. Not the most fucked up book, but it's pretty fucked up. So, can I just read you the jacket cover? I think that'll do a better job describing it than...
Oh, God.
That was Como.
Oh, God. I think
We're
it'll
good.
do
Yeah.
a better job of describing it than I can.
Yeah.
So, in The Power, the world is a recognizable place. There's a rich Nigerian boy who lounges around the family pool, a foster kid whose religious parents hide their true nature, an ambitious American politician, a tough London girl from a tricky family. But then a vital new force takes root and flourishes, causing their lives to converge with devastating effects. Teenage girls and women now have an immense physical power. With the flick of their fingers, they can cause agonizing pain and even death. And with the small twist of nature, everything changes drastically. So it's basically like girls and women develop the ability to like produce electricity from their body. And so with
they just rub their feet on the carpets everywhere they go.
Yeah. And then they got like little shocks, little itty bitty shocks. Barely perceptible, but when you least expect it.
It's the dynamic of power.
Yeah. But it's like the book kind of starts out in like the world as we know it, and then just kind of slowly, like, it's basically like baby girls begin to be born with this ability to produce electricity, and they're able to awaken it in older women. And so you kind of watch as the power dynamic shifts, and suddenly the world is like, it looks different. But I think the most remarkable thing about the book is that things get really fucked up, and as fucked up as it is, it's just flipping basically like men to women. So but nothing that happens, there are some really terrible things that happen in the book, and they seem very dramatic and terrible, but nothing happens that isn't happening right now in real life, right? But it just feels really intense because you're not used to thinking about it in the you know, in the reverse or whatever.
Wow. So
it's a good book, good read. She's a great writer. The other book I read by her, it was kind of fortuitous because sometimes Sarah and I will, if we really like a book and really want the other person to read it, we'll just send it to the other person. Kind of like jumps the queue in your priority. If you just like receive a book in the mail, you're like, well, I guess I'll read this now. It's like, read this book. If you want me to read it, send it to me. You know how or reserve it at the library.
You know how I be.
You know how I be. But this author also wrote this book called Disobedience that I was actually on my radar. I didn't realize it was a book. There's a movie coming out with Rachel McAdams and Rachel Weisz.
And
it's
two Rachels?
It's Rachel's only.
Ooh.
For Rachel actors only. And I was excited about the movie coming out because it appears to be a gay movie. I mean, I think it is a gay movie. As far as like what I kind of like, in my category bucket. And so I was like, oh, there's a book and she wrote it. So kind of like midway through The Power, I got Disobedience from the library and like read it in a weekend. And it was good. It was definitely like, I think the movie, which is coming out like next week or the week after, I'm really excited. I think it's coming out next week. And I'm going to go see it. I think from at least the preview that I've been seeing, I think they really play up this like one romance, which is actually a very kind of just not a super major facet of the book. But the book is really interesting. It's kind of about Orthodox Judaism and kind of what it's like to be an Orthodox Jew and what it's like to used to have been an Orthodox Jew and what it's like to be somebody who thinks they don't want to be an Orthodox Jew and just kind of like that dynamic more than it is like a romance or anything like that. But it was an entertaining read, obviously. Read it like a Ben. So she's a great writer. I think both of these books, I thought they were going to be a lot different than they were, which kind of led to just like a touch of a letdown as far as like I thought they would go in a different direction. But as far as like quality of writing and characters, I don't think I felt let down in that sense.
How did you think the power was going to be different? Did you think that women would use their power more responsibly?
So that's a good question. I think the power really takes a zoomed out approach. Like it really goes into like, how will this affect the entire world and politics and like everything? I think it's like such an interesting premise, and I thought she did a great job with it. Like I really hate when there's like an extremely intriguing premise, and then they just like do a shitty thing with it or a shitty job of it. Because it's like, what an amazing thing to have an amazing idea,
right?
Like
and now
this.
It's like anybody who tries to do better with this is going to be accused of copying you.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like it's so great, and I think she did a great job. I think she served like it's just a really entertaining book. I guess I was expecting some sort of crescendo or something, and I don't really think it was. I think it ends kind of like, how does it end? How would it end? Is there an ending? How does our story end? Right? How does our a story of violence inherent in the system ends? Like, doesn't,
Right.
So in that way, I guess that's fine. But it's kind of one of those books and you finish and you're like, well.
Okay, well, don't say anymore because I just downloaded it.
Oh, okay, great.
Don't say a goddamn word.
I'm gonna read it with my ears.
Who narrates it in your Audible?
Joe Ando.
Oh, okay.
Joe Ando.
Joa Ando.
Yeah, I think Disobedience the movie comes out next week in my local theater. I think I'm gonna take my wife on a date.
Whoa.
Very cool.
Ben, did you know I had a wife?
No, I didn't know you took her on dates.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Aww.
Anyway, that's all for me.
A date?
You're gonna die?
Yep, I died.
Wow. What a life you've had.
Yeah. Does she write any more? Oh, that's fun. Naomi Alderman is also the co-creator and lead writer of the best-selling smartphone audio adventure app Zombies Run.
Oh,
I've heard of that. Yeah. You have that?
I did.
Yeah.
I have that.
But then I tried using it and it was still running. So I stopped doing it.
Oh.
I don't understand.
She has one more book. At least this jacket says The Liar's Gospel. I have to get that.
You don't know what the app is, Ben?
No.
It's like basically it's like it's like you listen to these modules. They're like however many minutes long, and they just have like the sound of zombies behind you chasing you, and then there's like you're trying to get away from them, and that's supposed to motivate you to run faster and longer and better. And then also it's got the reason it needs a writer.
Oh, I have heard of that. Yeah, but that's go on, because I was about to ask.
The reason it needs a writer is that there's kind of like so the idea is that you have a radio with you, and someone is talking to you over the radio, trying to direct you to something or back to like the safe area. So they're like talking to you and like giving you like scouting for you from above, basically.
Cool.
It is cool, but it's still running, so.
You can't trick me. I saw right through that shit
And
immediately.
if it did work on me, then I would probably like die from fear. As you guys know,
I feel like it's too real for you.
if there was a zombie apocalypse, I would just die. That's my whole plan.
That's my plan.
Yeah.
I'm like, try to survive? No.
No. It's like, why set yourself up for failure, you know?
That's exactly it. That's exactly right.
You can't beat them, join them, all that stuff.
That's right. All that good stuff.
Yeah.
Would you want to become a zombo?
Sure, if that's what everybody else is doing.
You're like, zombie run. You're like, zombie stay.
Zombie eat my brains.
I guess here's another thing I just thought of. It's like either there's gonna be a cure or there's not gonna be a cure. Like, it's probably either everyone's gonna die or everybody's gonna get cured, right? So, like...
Was it significant that you said cure in 2 different ways?
I was thinking that.
It's either gonna be a cure or there's gonna be a cure.
I don't know. It's probably something to do with the gin. But that's all I'm saying is just get it over with. You know? So
That's right.
Homework. Ben, what's your baseball homework?
Gatsby McGee over there.
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
My homework is to watch some goddamn baseball.
Like the Yankees.
Well, watch them tomorrow, because then you're also watching the Red Sox.
Oh, a burnt.
Tomorrow's Monday, Ben.
Tomorrow is... Fuck. Tomorrow is Monday.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know who they're playing on Monday, and I'm not going to look it up.
All right.
Yeah.
No,
What
I'll
is
look
it
up.
gonna...
What's the date?
Fucking open a
What's the
fucking
date?
tab
May
on his
14th?
fucking
Did
computer.
anybody warn him that he was going to have to look it up?
Fuck.
The 14th?
Yeah, right? That's Monday?
Monday.
Yeah,
the
that's
14th.
Monday. That's fucking Monday.
Probably not worth how long it's taking me to find
Look.
this. They're
Look.
playing the Athletics at Fenway Park.
Oakland.
We're also assuming that everybody
Oakland.
like waits with bated breath for our podcast to come out and then like listens to it immediately, which the person who lives in my household certainly does that. So I assume everybody does.
Listen, y'all, there are baseball games every day. Watch whatever team you want.
Every day.
And if you
But
have a
just
local
know in your
team,
mind.
look up
Yeah,
your
go to
local
the games.
teams.
And if you
You
don't
probably have-
understand it, just ask somebody that you're with and they won't mind.
Yes.
Because there's time.
Just ask the
Exactly.
coach down there. What's going
Yes.
on? Hey, what's going on down here?
So, hey, what's going on?
Excuse me, Mr.
Bye.
Coach, why is he doing that?
Why?
Excuse me, Mr. Coach.
What are you boys up to down here? Buy a peanut, eat a Cracker Jack.
Buy one peanut.
Eat one Cracker
Very
Jack.
affordable.
Have a hot dog. Another thing that happens is our Durham Bulls puts on fireworks every Friday night, and it's a good show.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Molly and I, some of our first dates were doing that.
Does Molly like baseball?
Yeah, I think she likes going to Bulls games.
Cool. Everyone watch baseball. It's a great sport. My Twitter is at @AnyDiscoGreg. Post pictures of my cat a lot. He's been sleeping in his toy basket lately, like all the time.
Oh,
And it's really cute.
that's cute.
So look out for that.
That one, it was too gentle.
I know. I didn't have the heart. I feel like it was too much air intake.
You just said it. So my homework for you guys is join your local, if you have a yard or whatever, or some project.
Join your yard.
Get correct with regards to your backyard.
Okay, if you have a yard or any project that you've been like meaning to get done for years and stuff, and you're just not gonna do it, then go on your local Facebook community group.
You're not gonna do it.
Your community group, and keep an eye out for people who might be offering that service for cheap. Like the guy that
Like
we
your
hired
dissertation.
was retired, and so he was very cheap, and so do that, and then you can get that done, and you'll feel really accomplished even if you didn't do it.
You arranged for it to be done.
Do that project you've been putting off,
Or have
Do
someone else
it.
do it.
or have someone else do it for cheap.
Which is basically doing it. At this stage of your life.
Yeah, well, actually, Rachel told me, shout outs to Rachel, told me that your brain can't distinguish between like real, like things that you do and things that you like imagine that you're doing. So in my mind, I cleared out the backyard.
I can distinguish that. Like, I know the difference, and I know that with my brain. I'm, like, thinking about, like, doing something right now, and I know that I'm not doing it right now.
But your brain is still getting better at doing it.
But my brain is me.
Okay, listen, we can't get into this right now. Erin, what's your homework?
I take issue with shout-outs to Rachel's info there.
Did you give your Twitter?
No, my Twitter's at Anthropology. Also, my Instagram is that if you want to go see my before and after photos of my yard. And also, what else? Well, listen to So Dreamy, and you can hear a better explanation of that thing I just said that shoutouts to Rachel said.
Can you even believe that we have been talking about your backyard and none of us have started singing Gusters in the backyard?
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. In the garden.
Yeah.
I know.
It's gonna
you
be.
Always there.
And there are so many
digging
roots
down where
that
vines
grow
will burrow underneath. I just changed it for vines.
Nice, but there are also lots of roots.
The grass was always overgrown. It actually perfectly describes your fucking situation.
Choking.
Well, but her grass is dead because of the vines.
Yeah, and also pretty soon they'll come under the door. The bittersweet, it like grows around the house too, and you have to pull it up or else it could like fuck with your foundation.
Wow.
So there you go.
Just the worst plant.
It sucks. What's your homework, Erin?
Well, if you are so inclined, buy, download, rent from the library. You don't rent from the library, you borrow from the library. The Power and or Disobedience. Go see the movie when it comes out next week. I don't think it's a wide release. It might be select theaters, but it's my select theater, so ha. Yeah, enjoy it. You fricks. My Twitter is at EarnBurn. My Instagram is, well, I'm not giving you my personal Instagram, but I review lesbian movies at LesbianMovieReviews on Instagram.
I just bet they can find your personal Instagram. If they try.
Yeah, you can totally find it. If you find it, then good job. I just don't know it off the top of my head. It's EarnBurn McGurd, but I don't know how to spell it.
And then also, fuck, what was I about? Oh, I just wanted to mention, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but last week's episode had this moment in it where Erin, apropos of nothing, went, "Oh my god," and then I laughed for a really long time, and then we just moved on and nothing else was said about it. And the reason is that I belched really loudly into the microphone at that moment, and then I didn't want to put our audience through that, so I just muted myself in that moment, but I couldn't like figure out how to cut around the rest of it, so I just like let it be the way it was. And just in case anybody was wondering what the solution was to that riddle, I just wanted to let you know.
Oh my gosh, I have been seeing, suddenly it's like when you buy a new car and you see it everywhere, I have seen so many women with like whole shoulder patches, and I have just been like, I've just been having this like overwhelming urge to be like, put on sunscreen!
Yeah, I think they're like really getting popular. I've been noticing a lot of them too. But,
yeah.
You know, they probably did, because people are better at that than I am in this world.
Yeah.
What else? You can email us. Email us your relaxation videos or anything about anything that you want to talk to us about at waytoobroad@gmail.com. You can follow our ear snack on Twitter at 2broadpod. You can join our Facebook group, although it's just not very active right now. I'm just not that active on Facebook, and Erin obviously isn't. I'm sorry. And also, leave us a review on iTunes, please.
Please.
Please, God.
Please do
Well,
it.
goodbye, Narwhals. Where's the podcast candle?
It's here, and it's extinguished. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.